Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Mark of Letchen Grey. The band has just released a fantastic new track called Castaway, and I am super excited to talk to them all about it. Mark, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Nice. What's news in your world besides music? What's happening?
In my world right now, we're going to be recording, and I'm just going to relate it to music.
Yeah,
It,
might as well.
yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready for Christmas and doing
Don't
all
even worry
that stuff. I've got
about
my
it.
house decorated and,
Sure.
all that stuff. Everything's good. I'm liking this weather, this rainy California weather right now. And tomorrow we're going to do some drum tracks for the new music we're putting together this
Hey,
weekend. We worked with the singer, Bradley Mangrum, and we wrote about 3 or 4 songs, and we're going to try to just nail those down. Writing the material, going to go into the studio in the beginning of January. So we're doing a little bit of pre-production here
very
first.
cool. So plenty is on the way. Before we get to that, though, and we will talk about that.
Sure.
I want to know all about Castaway. Like I mentioned before we started recording, the song is fantastic, and it's got such like this fun blend of like the 70s, 80s into it, mixed with a ton of like modern feeling. I would love to know from you, what is it about? Like what inspired it, and how did it come to be?
Okay, so let's talk rhythmically first. I always
Sure.
think that songs got to have a really good rhythm, and I really liked that reggae feel, the minor chording, and the kind of the hook with the guitar and everything. And then we had the feeling of the Castaway, the island feel.
Yeah.
I've lived in Southern California my whole life. I grew up by the ocean, and I like to go to Catalina Island back and forth during the summertime and things like that.
Yeah, same
And
here.
yeah, and I've got a little acoustic guitar on my boat, and go over there for a few days and stuff. And the song actually was inspired by Eric Acevo and his bass riff, and then we just kind of took it from there. Lyrically, we really wanted to make something. Okay, let me just kind of digress a little bit.
Sure.
It's about being okay with yourself, being alone, and
Yeah.
being happy with it. At this stage of my life, I live by myself,
Hmm.
and I spend a lot of time with myself, with my music, and with friends and family. But a lot of the times, and I thought I would write a song about hope and being okay with yourself, no matter what you're going through,
Yeah.
because that's really when you find that kind of a core feeling. It's a good feeling.
Of course. No, I love that. And I think I would just urge anyone out there to sort of make the connections within the lyrics. Like, because it is a story and it's a really great, song for songwriting. As
Thank
much
you.
as it's exciting through like the instrumentation and stuff like that, it really is nice to like be able to hear what it is about from the person who had a part in writing it. Makes a world of difference, in my opinion.
We get that. I get that question a lot about. So, what did you write this song about, and what did you write? So now I'm consciously
Yeah,
thinking about, because I know I'm going to get answered the question. But
sure.
I think the bottom line for all musicians is, um, we all try to master our instrument, and we're always trying to practice and get better. But I think when it really comes to mastering your instrument, it's composition. When you're
Yeah.
able to compose, these instruments are designed to communicate with others and to compose music on. So I really like that about the guitar. It's unlike the drums, or it's
Right.
unlike being a DJ or all those other cool things.
Exactly. Now, another thing that I really enjoyed about the song is that it pulls from a lot of different styles. And while
Yeah,
it is certainly like rock, as like if we were talking about an umbrella here, like rock is at the top, there's plenty of subgenres and stuff going on beneath the curtain. I would love to hear from you how you would classify this. Like, if you had to call it something or whatever, like, what would you say?
that's a good question. And I think that, okay, so when I listen to it and I see a really strong rhythmic song. And
Yeah.
I see it exactly what you said, 70s, 80s, with a story behind it. And I mean, if you have those kind of components in a song, it can catch the listener's attention.
Oh, absolutely. And I also think just nowadays, so much of modern music pulls from the past. Like there's this like string of nostalgia that so many artists are including in their music, whether it be like synthesizers to add like that 80s flair to it or
Yeah,
whatever it might be. But it's different though because you were there. You were making
I was just gonna
music
say
back there. Like you
I'm like the original.
what I'm saying, which is the
I
best
am the
part.
past.
Totally. This is the best part of this whole thing is like you're
Yeah,
not being nostalgic, you're just making the music that you made and that you know, which is a world of difference.
right. You're
Right.
you hit it right on, you're
Yeah,
spot on with that for sure. I don't
totally.
know if people realize that we just played the whiskey a little bit a couple weeks ago. We got a Saturday night. We were playing in front of the crowd, and they were just like at first they were like just looking at us. Then there more people started to gather because
Sure.
you can go in and out of the whiskey. It's unlike any
Totally.
other club.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we had a really good crowd watching us, and I was thinking to myself, I remember when I was in my early 20s playing here,
Hmm. Yeah.
and filling the place up and having fun. I still feel the same way. And I guess the moral of the story is, and a really important thing I've learned is your spirit never ages.
Oh God, no. No, absolutely not. Like you'll
Yeah,
always like I'm about to turn 30, but I
right.
feel like for the rest of my life you'll always see yourself in that quote unquote prime of your life or whatever you
Yeah,
want to say. Like you might be aging on the outside, but on the inside you're still a kid.
yeah, absolutely. And I also started, becoming tech savvy a while ago, just like everybody else. And I thought, you know what? You can live forever on the internet. If you write a good song,
Totally.
you can live forever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that was actually my goal. It's like, hey, maybe this will last longer than me.
I mean that's the dream,
Yeah,
really.
the
It's
dream.
all about yeah, it's all about that. I love that.
And
Um
what are
yeah.
musicians really good at?
So many,
Dreaming.
so many. Yeah, that's
We're
for
really
damn
good at
sure.
dreaming.
That is true. Um, on future songs though, like, and I don't want to take away the focus from Castaway, but on future songs, like, do you guys have plans to experiment with a new sound or try new things, or do you think that you found what you're looking for?
Okay, Castaway is a unique song, but there's a couple of things that are untitled right now because
Okay,
I realized the significance of stepping outside of the box and not just being a hard rock or a heavy metal band, although we can do it, believe me, as good as anybody. um, but the thing is I'm looking for a groove, and I'm focusing on it right now with the band and everything, and we're kind of making a conscious effort to try to, like, let's see if we can do something. It might not have that reggae feel, it might be
sure,
more of a bluesy thing. And we've got a song right now actually called um, Dead Man Walking. So
cool,
when we put the three songs out, we got a 3-page article in a really cool magazine called Classic Rock, and they did the whole thing, but they titled it Dead Man Walking.
got
So I
it.
wrote this song called Dead Man Walking, and it's got this shuffle beat kind of cool, kind of the different kind of a feel to it. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping that comes out the way it is in my head on to recording.
Well, time will tell, and I'm assuming that's coming in the new year.
Yes, I think it
Yes.
will. I think it'll probably make it for sure.
Very cool. I also want to get into a bit about the band dynamic. Like, I also want people to know it's not just you. There are other people in the band
No, no, not
who
at
are
all.
just not on camera. But what does the process look like in terms of creating? Is it an open forum or is it, one person takes control?
It's really interesting because sometimes, like, as you know, I work with Alan Niven
Yeah.
and Chris Katero. And Chris Katero and Alan are partners. Chris is very technical and he's very musical, and he plays multiple instruments. And Alan, as you know, his resume, Guns N' Roses, Great White, he signed like tons of bands, and he's just legendary. So they sometimes tell me, don't worry about completing the song. I don't want you to get demo-itis where you're just fixed, like, here's the verse, here comes the chorus, here, don't get fixed in that, because they shuffle things around in pre-production. And
Right.
I kind of think on my feet and say, okay, let's try it like that. Just like any other band, like Def Leppard or Poison or name a
Yeah.
band, I'll go through that with their producers. So what I'll do is I normally come up with the concept. I see if it works on an acoustic guitar. If I can get it past the acoustic guitar and write some lyrics, then I walk into the studio, show the band. Sometimes the drummer is just tapping his fingers on a 5-gallon bucket.
Right.
As I'm mouthing the lyrics, the singer's
Sure.
just kind of looking at me. In fact, I think here he is right here. So anyway, and they're just like looking at it, and I'm thinking, okay, this is the concept of the song, and then we take it into the studio and then play. Hey, I'm on YouTube. Anyway, so
No worries.
that's kind of the process. And then if it works if we have chemistry, then the song starts to evolve with, their ideas start getting interjected. Oh yeah,
Sure.
let's do this. Let's cut this chorus in half, and then we re-record it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll send it to Alan, and I'll say, I'll email it. It's 2022. You can just email songs off your iPhone these days.
It's truly as simple as that. It's a wild concept, to be honest.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. I want to look a little bit more into the next year for you guys. So the first question is did you play any shows this year? And if you haven't, or is there anything in the works for the new year?
Yeah, we played the Whiskey, and we played
right.
the Viper Room, and we played the Mint.
Okay, cool.
And 3 shows that we did during the year, and we have another show at the Whiskey coming up. February
10th.
February 10th, Saturday
Awesome.
night. I think we go on at like 10 o'clock, February 10th, right? And what else? And after that, I probably maybe a dive bar or 2.
Yeah, there's always a bar. There's always something to do. People love
Yeah.
live music in any capacity.
Yeah, I'm not really into like fairs and stuff like that where kids are eating snow cones.
Yeah,
and
no.
Play a dive bar.
No, yeah, that's much better because people don't generally care, or they're just there for 5 minutes and they leave, and it's got to be annoying, I can imagine. Now, in a perfect world, whatever that might be, what does the next year of your guys' lives look like? Like,
Okay, this is Bradley. This is Jeff. I'll just
hey, how's it going?
All right.
Hello, I'm Austin. Nice to meet
yeah.
you. Well, then I'm happy to hear the answers from everyone, or just a collective one.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping up this year right now. What does the next year hold for you guys? What are some things that you'd like to see happen, or just have in the works?
Okay, so what we strive to be like the triple threat: good songwriters, performers, and recording artists.
Yep.
And so probably the beginning of the year, we'll do the recording artist thing. Then we'll play the Whiskey. And then I'm sure something live will come out of that. And then more things just kind of evolve naturally. We don't have like this master plan. It's just like, okay, we need to write songs. We need to rehearse. We need to get through the holidays. We need to schedule studio time. And then from there, we'll play that gig. And then who knows, right? That's pretty far in the future. Yeah. Bradley wants to play a festival, so do I.
Yeah.
Know any festivals?
We'll do a couple festivals.
There's always a festival. There's always something happening.
Right.
Very cool. Well, I've got a couple more questions for you. I want to know, in terms of the music that you all listen to in your free time, do you find that that has any impact on the music that you're making, or do you actively try to avoid listening to music that is similar to your sound?
Me? No, I don't even think about it. I listen to a wide range from. I've been playing trumpet since I was 5, from New Orleans area.
Nice.
To Lamb of God. So music spectrums everywhere. And when I write and sing, it's just whatever comes out. Whatever. So I don't even think about it. They get what's me. I just
That's good.
I did my best Elvis impression on the phone with my girlfriend the other day, and saying, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." She loved it.
Hey, it's the time for that. So
singing Telegram.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. That wasn't the song though, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I listen to everything too, and sometimes I listen to everything, stuff that's like brand new, stuff super like like Judas Priest from the '80s and stuff.
Totally.
But yeah, I'm not afraid to listen to anything.
Awesome. You shouldn't be. I know that some people do actively try to avoid listening to certain music so that it doesn't like so they're not making the same song. You know what I mean? But if you can avoid it, hey, all the power to you.
Thanks.
Love that. So my last question for you guys is it's basically for the person that is going to discover you from this, and for the person that's going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Ooh, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that, like you said about Castaway, that lyrics are interesting, and we're always writing for the listener. We really, I like a lot of things, but I don't indulge in big solos or, we try to get to the point of things and try to make it the listener engage.
Sure.
So if you like a band that is a rock band that has, a good song structure and can get you up out of your seat, you might want to listen to us.
I think that's a great closing message and a perfect reason to listen to you guys. Um, if you'll please allow me to plug your music for you one more time. If you guys
Sure.
missed it the first time around, the song is called Castaway. The band is called Letchen Grey, but we will have links in the article so that people can listen and share and follow along and stay tuned. Obviously, it sounds like there's so much more coming in the next year, so now is the perfect time to hop on the bandwagon. Um, Mark, I want to thank you so much for taking the time, and thanks for everyone else for hopping in when you did. Thank you. Yeah, this has been fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, you're super welcome. And we got a puppy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, have an amazing rest of your day. I hope to speak soon.
All right. Thanks again.
Awesome. Take care. Bye bye.